fighting, right? So I just want everyone to remember that throughout our life, you are not fighting with yourself, okay? Like, I don't care what is going on within you, whatever kind of struggle that you're going through, hardship, etc. You are not fighting with yourself. You are always fighting for yourself, right? Because you are the love of your life, your best friend, and your teammate, okay? So all three of those, you are never going to be fighting with that. You are always going to be fighting for that. And you can also think about it in this way as well. So when you are cultivating like who you want to be, who you want to become, your future self, right? Who is that person? How does that person present? What kind of confidence do they have? All of the things. So you're fighting for yourself to get to that place. And whatever that means for you, whatever kind of future self you envision for you, right? And that's going to look different for everyone. And where this comes into context with like eating disorder recovery, right? Recovery is hard. I have said before, it is literally the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. That was harder than me doing an accelerated program for my career. It was harder than all of the eye surgeries that I've had. It's harder than getting multiple injections, like literally into my eyeballs. Like, recovery from an eating disorder was extremely hard for me in comparison to every single other thing that I've ever done, every hardship that I've been through, you know, being like raised by a single parent and the hardships that can come about through that, being in a toxic relationship in the past. The eating disorder was the hardest thing. Recovering from that was the hardest thing I've ever done. So when I was going through my eating disorder recovery, like, the eating disorder would really try to make me feel like I was the problem, when really the eating disorder was the problem, right? And that's why I always say, like, you have to separate yourself from the eating disorder. You are not the disorder. And that goes for any disorder. Like, you are not the disorder, okay? Like, for me, it was me and then the eating disorder, which I decided was enemy number one, because well, it is, right? It's the enemy number one. It was trying to rob me of all my joy and eventually end my life. So obviously, enemy. There's no arguing there. So anyways, I would go about my recovery, like, literally every day would be so freaking hard, to the point where I would cry like a lot, and I would feel hopeless and that things would never get better, and that it would just be easier to have the eating disorder and let it continue to control me and go on about with whatever it wanted me to do. But you know what? I got to every single day, and I had been pretty consistent in my recovery-based behaviors. Even if I wasn't 100% at them 100% at the time, I was still making progress and headway into a full recovered state, because I was creating new neural pathways by doing the recovery-based behaviors. So at the end of the night, no matter how hard my day was, I would literally like just be like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I know this is freaking hard. You are literally fighting something, right? Not yourself. You are fighting something, the eating disorder, that literally just wants to control you, wants to control every single aspect of your life. And you are literally fighting for yourself. You are fighting for your future self and the life that you want to be living. And yeah, I just want to remind everyone of that, because this applies to, you know, not only eating disorder recovery, but also just like people in general. You are going to do so much better in life when you start viewing things as you are fighting for yourself, okay? You are the number one asset. You are literally the number one asset in your entire life, okay? Like, the relationship that you have with yourself is going to indirectly and directly affect every single other relationship that you have, as well as like every single area of your life, right? Like, the relationship that you have with yourself is going to affect like your personal relationships, your finances, your career. Like, you know, the way that you show up for and with yourself is going to affect the way that you show up for and with other people and for and with other areas of your life. So always know that you are worth all the effort in the world, and you are not fighting you. You are fighting for yourself. You are fighting for the future that you want, and that is going to look different for every single person. But I really encourage everybody to just cultivate a little bit of self-awareness. Sit down and journal about who do you want to be 1 year from now? Like, what attributes do you want to have? What relationships do you want to have? What boundaries do you want to have? Like, really get to know you and what's important to you, okay? Because again, you're always fighting for yourself. So anyways, just that quick reminder. I know I talk very fast, but yeah, I just thought that was an important little reminder. Have a great day, and